Welcome to Big Ten Saturday Night, presented by Discover, and we welcome you to the 409th consecutive sellout at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska. Two-loss teams looking to finish the second half of the season strong with a push to the college football playoff, and the Nebraska Cornhuskers bowl eligible for the second straight season in quite some time. They face the USC Trojans off of a bye week and looking to get to that sixth win on the season in a hostile environment. A blackout here in Lincoln. Dylan Raiola, Matt Rule, fresh off a 2-year extension, and in all black, the Nebraska Cornhuskers ready for a raucous crowd to guide them to a hopeful win. Tough win last week, and this one will be a battle. Here come the Trojans to a sea of bows. And there go the Huskers, led by their captain quarterback. Noise, energy, excitement, anticipation. So much that goes into this matchup. Makai Lemon and the USC Trojans trying to put that Notre Dame loss behind them for Nebraska, trying to keep the train rolling.
They can make every throw you want to see. Both have the ability to extend plays and be very dangerous outside the pocket. And you look at their numbers, very, very similar, except for one glaring difference. That last category, times sacked, 26 sacks for Dylan Raiola. So that's going to be job number one for Dana Holgorsen, this Nebraska offense, keeping their quarterback upright.
And a new record for Big Ten Saturday Night, earliest target QB comparison that we've ever had. Rightfully so, because we've got an elite atmosphere, a blackout here in Lincoln, Nebraska. First time that they're wearing these black uniforms since 2020. The players have clamored for them. Recruits begged to wear them on their visits. And now we'll see if Dylan Raiola and this offense can go out there and make things happen. We're going to have to wait on that because Lincoln Riley won the toss and elected to receive. So he's going to put his high-powered offense out there first. 31-16 record, but as Todd mentioned, the road woes have been legitimate over the last 3 seasons in particular. The first start in the USC career of that young man, Jaden Mayava, last year against Nebraska in what was a 28-20 victory for the Trojans. And USC hoping that their fortunes are the same against that dangerous man with his arm in Dylan Raiola. Feeling it. Expected an elite atmosphere. Said it was going to be similar, if not better, to what they had against Colorado week 2 last year. And so far, the fans have showed up early, and it is a sea of black, as promised, here at Memorial Stadium.
Right away, we'll see the matchup, strength on strength. The number 1 ranked pass offense in the Big Ten in USC going against the number 2 ranked pass defense for the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Nebraska coming off a hard-fought win against Northwestern in which they surrendered a 15-point lead, and Dylan Raiola led them down the field following an interception. Javen Wright got it back in the 4th quarter, and the eventual touchdown drive to ice the game with the defense closing the door. John Hull is going to send it deep to start this one to Nook Hines, who has really come on as a true freshman over the last couple of weeks. Will be back there to return it and try to give great field position to that man, Jaden Mayava, who has been highly efficient, but more turnover prone over the last couple of games than he had over the first half of the season. We are underway from Memorial Stadium in Lincoln. The 409th consecutive sellout will start with a touchback and bring out this dynamic talent, Jaden Mayava. Matt Rule said he hoped that this crowd could disturb the cadence, and specifically the clapping cadence for this USC offense. They do clap it on first down, and it's a pitch to King Miller, as he'll pick up 4 on the first carry of the game before Deshaun Singleton gets to him. Dealing with some injury issues up front. They're getting healthier, but still not 100% on that offensive line. First pass of the game from Mayava with plenty of time on a 2nd down and 5. Now he'll run around, extend the play. Mayava out of the pocket. This is where he hurt them last year. That was low and incomplete. Let's see what they go with here. Lemon's going to be the motion man. 1 on the play clock. They pitch it to Lemon with a flag down quickly, and Lemon is not going to get close. He gains 2 yards before running into a wall, led by McCullough. So no flag. It looked like maybe a yellow mouthpiece that went down on the field. So instead, just a stop for Nebraska, 3 and out on the first drive. That's not something USC does consistently this year.
Neither is punting.
Will punt it away to Ja'Cory Barney Jr. back from the 21-yard line, evades the first. Trying to get past the second, gets tripped up at the 24. 837 yards, 9 touchdowns on the season, coming off a game with 124 and a season-high 27 carries. They'll swing it to the outside on first down. Isaiah Hunter makes the first grab for a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3. Staying ahead schedule feels paramount in this game against the USC defense that's racked up the sacks, and that's going to help with a run right up the middle.
He makes the first guy miss.
From the 38, play action. Raiola, loft, sideline, contested catch, and it's incomplete. Looking for Dane Key. They love his leadership and would love to see him get a little bit more in terms of the football in his hands. Johnson up the middle. He breaks so many tackles. Came in with 44 missed tackles. We already saw a pickup with Johnson on the ground. We'll see if they go back to him here. And they will. Up the middle. Johnson keeps fighting, and he'll move the chains. It was so interesting to hear Dana Holgorsen say when he first got here, he's like, I have to use Dylan Raiola in this talent because you see throws like that, the perfect placement.
Out of the backfield.
First look at Isaiah Mosey now in the backfield, and they'll hand it to him on 2nd down. Keep pushing, and that's going to be enough. USC has allowed 30 or more points in 3 of its last 4 games. Raiola, quick throw, quick catch, and Barney makes a couple of moves before getting inside the 30. And mostly long conversions against the stout Northwestern defense. As Johnson slips a tackle, tries to get to the outside, spins away from another. That's about as tough and impressive a 2 or 3 yard run.
But he's a valuable piece to this defense.
Raiola keeps. He's been using his legs more this year. Said he's been happy with how he's done exactly that. Got tripped up by Stevens. 1 for 1 on 3rd down on this drive. This one a 3rd down and 4.
They looked like they were going to go fast. They got an idea of what USC was in defensively and then checked the play.
Johnson got it again.
Being able to have a game where he carries it 27 times and be ready to go again the next week.
First set of downs, fade ball, end zone. Raiola put it short. Tight coverage, and Isaiah Hunter was looking back for the penalty. It will not come in again on Williams. Hunter, the leading receiver, 525 yards and 5 touchdowns coming into this game. 2nd down and 10. Another handoff. This time they're ready, and they swarm on Johnson for a gain of maybe a yard. So they've converted 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 4 on this drive. This one's 3rd and 9. Need to get to the 5-yard line. It's Raiola. Fade to the other side. And in tight coverage, it is caught for the touchdown. Dane Key. What a start for the Huskers.
If at first you don't succeed.
And this blackout energy that we expected is about to go completely up after this extra point from Cunanan. 7-0. A full 90 minutes before kickoff. And the defense gets a stop. The offense provides the pop. And now USC is going to have to respond with Caleb Williams winning the Heisman Trophy. Second drive starts the same place as the first drive from the 25. King Miller is swallowed up in the backfield. So now it's the redshirt freshman Kalon Miller in at that spot on the offensive line. Brian Jackson, the running back, in there after King Miller got the first 2 carries of the game.
Big screen down here for USC.
Good blitz pickup. They get through on the second effort. Oh, perfect placement. Then it's jarred loose. Jacoby Lane was the intended target.
Right as the catch was being made, and knocks the ball out.
3rd down and 10.
Play stopped.
And it looks like it's going to go backwards.
It looked like USC was trying to snap it quick.
Offense number 73.
In the right spot.
They'll hand it off on 3rd and 15, and Brian Jackson will pick up substantial yardage, but not substantial enough. Gains 10, needed 15.
In stopping the USC run.
Sam Johnson's second punt. This one is high, short, and bounces at the 40, out of bounds just inside, right around the 39-yard line. A 31-yard punt. You've got two lost teams that are playing meaningful football into November, as our first down line is brought to you by T-Mobile. A second drive, and now a chance for Nebraska to keep this early momentum on their side. Emmett Johnson with the jump cut gets back to the 40. Credit to the Nebraska defense for the way they've showed up early, and now the offense looking to pay it off again, but once again it's Johnson bottled up, and it'll be 3rd and long. Some of this forward progress for Nebraska. 3 straight runs. This time it's the quarterback Raiola to set up 4th.
Have been outstanding, and their ability to gain hidden yardage in their punt and kick coverage teams has been special.
And take their time, and there is that punt coverage, as it is taken in inside the 15 with a flag down. Mekhi Lemon, and that would be why. First down from the 19 for USC. Mayava steps up, delivers over the middle behind Jacoby Lane, and incomplete. As we check in with KT. Appreciate the update, KT. So you see 30 and 60 both in there. It makes sense because Kalon's about twice the size as King. But the brothers, walk-ons, just such a love for USC football. A little high, but brought in by Lane and at Notre Dame. This is the time to do it on 3rd down and 1. Miller stays in there. They will hand it to him, and Miller will surge forward. The first down of the game for the Trojans. Lemon, bottom of your screen, one-on-one matchup with Andrew Marshall, the transfer from Idaho, who has been excellent this year. They're going to go to his side, and there's Lemon, open, spinning his way across the 45, down to the 49.
Now that's his.
Also ended his 3-game touchdown streak, which was a career high. First down, handoff for Miller, weaving his way through. King Miller to the secondary of what's going to happen when we have to go play our 4th-string running back. You just have to hope they're ready, and King was.
We only had 11 carries before that Michigan game.
And continues to dominate on the ground.
Same play. Counter Trey.
During the week of practice, they felt like they had a great week with the bye week last after the loss to Notre Dame. And now let's see how they start the second quarter. It's been heavy runs, 4 first downs on the last 4 plays of the first quarter. Most of them coming on the ground with King Miller, as he'll get the carry to start the second quarter, and it's the same deal. 1st and goal. King Miller zigzags his way
in the passing game and just as valuable in the run game.
Play action. Mayava, incomplete.
USC nearly 70% in the red zone, scoring touchdowns.
Mayava, end zone, incomplete.
Be alert for quarterback run here as well.
Mayava scans. Mayava steps up. Out of the pocket. Mayava will run, and he's short. It'll be 4th and goal from the 2. Both tight ends out there. And movement.
Well, that hurts.
False start.
Yeah, you got to kick the field goal now.
Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Lincoln Riley's been highly thankful for his ability to do so. So Sayeri will come on for a 24-yard field goal. Pepper will snap, Johnson will hold, and Sayeri will bang it through. What Christian could do and still does that's so special is, yes, he can run the ball between the tackles to the outside. He can also catch it out of the backfield, line up in the slot. He can pass protect. You don't have to take him off the field. And for more, we go to Catholic.
Kind of saw the same kind of thing with Chip Kelly last year at Ohio State, right? Just enjoyed being a coordinator, calling plays again.
Throw to the outside, and Hunter gets doubled and shoved out of bounds.
On early downs.
So far, 11 runs, 7 passes for this Nebraska offense, and that number's going to keep going up if Emmett Johnson keeps churning them out.
Well, it speaks to the unselfishness of those guys as well.
That one looked like it might have been hit. Maybe the arm of Raiola on the outside. Just so effective, especially on 3rd down on that first drive. Can they find that same efficiency? This was the problem on the previous drive USC's defense ready for that early down running. USC is tied for 4th in the Big Ten in sacks, behind just Indiana and Minnesota entering the week. This is where they try to bring it home, but it's going to be a run, and it's going to be Johnson with a stutter step move to the outside, gets dragged down by Desmond Stevens from Pro Kick Australia to make their mark in college football. And this one, another line drive, and it's brought in again on a fair catch.
Jaden Mayava, I would expect to see McCree, the tight end, get involved in this possession.
And the good news for the Trojans, Elijah Page in there on the offensive line, but King Miller continues to just get those impressive yards up the middle, this time 15 on the ground.
Well, you mentioned Elijah Page. He's right here. So this is a counter the other way. Again, you block down on the front side, you pull the guard and the tackle, and a lot of running room. And even though Nebraska started out the game defending that play pretty well, USC's got it going now.
It was 2 3-and-outs to start the game for this USC offense. They had 5 first downs on the previous drive that amassed 74 yards. 8 carries so far here tonight. Lions the motion man, fake it to Miller. Mayava through his progressions, lets it fly. A little high and incomplete, looking for Richardson. 3rd and 6. His crowd looking for an excuse to get back involved in this game.
Nebraska showing pressure, but they'll probably drop out of it.
And they do. They bring just 3. Mayava finds the open man. It's Hines for the first down across the 45.
And getting the first down, and after a conversion, USC likes to go fast.
On the ground, Miller. Another gashing play. King Miller gains 10 more. It is a 2nd down and 1. 2nd down and 1. From just inside the 45, Mayava's going to keep it himself. Across the edge, inside the 40, and shoved out of bounds at the 36-yard line. First action of the day for Harry Dalton III, the freshman from Dinwiddie, Virginia. And he's got the carry. Stutter step move, bursts forward, and will pick up 3. Just past the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Dalton stays in there on 2nd down and 7. Here comes the rush up the middle. Mayava feels it. Mayava grounds it. It is down. Did they ever whistle it incomplete?
There comes the flag down now. They're ruling incomplete, and they also dropped the flag for intentional grounding, I would believe, to protect the quarterback. He runs right by Dalton, and Mayava, just trying to avoid the sack, grounds the football.
Hey, Terry, what do you see here, Terry McCauley, on this call?
You guys picked up one right away. The running back is right in the vicinity. All he has to do is get in the direction of the vicinity of an eligible receiver. He did. This should not have been intentional grounding.
In the Halloween bucket. 3rd and 17. Empty set for Mayava. Steps up, gets out of the pocket. Mayava will tuck it and run. Down the sideline and out of bounds. Made from 43 at Notre Dame a couple weeks ago. From 54 at home against Michigan after their first bye week. This one a 49-yard attempt, and Sayeri gets it to go. In all of our coaches' meetings, I think this was the first time that a coach has ever said the #1 key is stopping the return game. That's what Lincoln Riley said after Kenneth Williams took one to the house last week. This one's going to be from 2 yards deep here. It's Williams looking for a hole. He won't find it. Tripped up from behind right at the 25-yard line to Lincoln, braving the elements with their costumes. First down, set up the screen. Emmett Johnson weaves to the outside. Stutter step move, and then gets thrown forward for an extra 2 yards. Johnson up the middle. And 3 tough yards. Johnson will stay in there. 12 carries for Johnson, 9 for King Miller on the other side. 15 running plays so far for this Nebraska offense, and they tight end Lindenmeyer in that late drive in the 4th quarter last week against Northwestern. What does Raiola have here? USC brings some pressure, and Raiola dissects perfectly. Dane Key across the middle for the first. But Raiola keeps the drive alive. Taking down towards about 3 minutes remaining. There's the tight end Lindenmeyer. Dana Holgerson said he thought that this was their best tight end last year. He's proven it now this year. Patience from Johnson. Trying to bounce it, and then a flag comes in.
Holding.
Lutowski.
Offense number 59. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
So you're saying that's what he went for Halloween?
And had some crazy glasses on too, right?
Oh, they look good though. Handoff on 1st and 20.
That's about right. There's a lot of intrigue still all around the country with a lot of teams.
Send Key in motion on 2nd down and 16. USC brings 4. Raiola finds his man. It is Isaiah Hunter every week, and that's what he's trying to build up in Southern Cal. 3rd down and 10. Raiola flings towards the end zone. Incomplete, but a flag. Again, he was looking for Key, and again, he was matched up with Williams.
Well, Williams has defended this 3 times. The first 2 times in the first quarter,
Pass
no penalty.
interference. Defense number 25. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Right now, they get the pass interference.
And it's 1st and goal just inside the 10. It's Johnson up the middle. Johnson still on his feet for the touchdown. Too much EJ for the TD. 10-yard scamper to extend the lead. 10th rushing touchdown of the season for Emmett Johnson, the 13th of his career. And Cunanan back in there for the extra point. Knocks it through.
And Raiola, remember the big play he made on 3rd down, the throw when the pocket collapsed. He hung in there, made the throw. They get the pass interference. And then Johnson pays it off with the touchdown.
This one is going to be taken by Tanook Hines, but not much room to work with. Just shy of the 20-yard line is where he gets ushered out of bounds.
That kind of a drought.
Mayava just puts it short of McCree.
You know what? The other interesting thing is
That rule said Lincoln Riley is one of the best sign distinguishers in the country. So whatever signs he's working with on the sideline clearly are demonstrative. Mayava in trouble behind his intended target, McCree.
yeah, it's just they've disrupted the rhythm.
Play clock down to 4. It's a 3rd and 10. Mayava, they bring 4. Mayava, leave it, lane, in stride, and he's got enough for the first down out of bounds. Remember, USC took the football first after winning the toss. Mayava hit as he threw it. It's knocked away. 2nd down and 10. Here comes the rush again. Good protection. Mayava's going to step up. Now Mayava's going to use his legs. With a flag down, Mayava with a big gain near midfield. Should it stand at 17 yards? But the flag back at the 35-yard line.
Offside. Defense number 96. Lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined.
Remember last year in Los Angeles, between these two teams, Mayava had a rushing touchdown late in the 4th quarter to help extend it to an eventual 8-point win. Set up another short pass. This time it's Lake McCree underneath. Initially, Jackson lined up on the outside, motions back towards the slot, and beautiful defense with a fumble out. That's an intentional fumble of some kind as Petchak came in on the pressure, and Mayava looked like maybe just try to shovel it away. Let's take another look with the flag down.
Well, Petchak is a true freshman who is really showing up, makes some dynamic plays. He's the guy that gets there immediately and creates the pressure. Now, you can't fumble the ball forward.
No, the question is whether or not this passed the line of scrimmage, because he is technically outside the tackle box if you want to consider it. There you go.
Offense number 14. Lost it down at the spot of the foul.
And that one, as you mentioned, did not cross the line of scrimmage, even though he was outside.
So 3rd and long. Mayava, separation, incomplete. Hines trying to come back to the football.
This is a goofy play.
And we've seen how impressive their special teams have been this season. They'll take this delay of game. Nope, they will not. They'll try to pin them deep. Johnson gets off a high one, and it's taken in, and then immediately chopped down. Animated at times over these last couple of weeks, understanding how important these games are for his team and the continued growth of his program. So this drive will start from the 18-yard line. Handoff. Johnson pushing the pile. Johnson turns what should have been a 2-yard gain into a 9-yard pickup.
I think Matt Rule was just feeling, hey, look, we get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. We had a nice touchdown drive to take the lead. We got the stop. More than happy to go in the locker room with this 8-point lead.
Return touchdown to help extend the lead for Nebraska. This one angles out of bounds.
Wow.
He feels that they've been lacking in that consistent high-level execution. Raiola taking a shot on first down, and just a little bit far in front of Dane Key. So 4 seconds, and it's a 2nd down and 10. This has been the good idea so far. Just hand it to number 21 and let him do the dirty work. Air raid tree, spent time with Mike Leach as well. Opposite of Lincoln Riley here tonight. Another handoff. Johnson could not get there. Had to punt it away to Nebraska. Nebraska got the football, an extended drive down the field, and now this is a short punt that's going to go out of bounds right around that 25-yard line area. So Elijah Page has seen extended run. There was a curiosity how many snaps he could legitimately play up front for USC.
Watch out.
This was dangerous and taken away. It is picked by Andrew Marshall.
But the corner is right underneath this route. I mean, there's no chance to get the ball over his head to your receiver, Jacoby Lane.
The first 40% of the season. So this drive will start from the 34-yard line, and Emmett Johnson goes for 8 more. Henry Lutovsky as well, a captain up front. Raiola with some air under it, relocated LA Chargers before SoFi Stadium came to fruition. Up the middle, plunging forward, Johnson has the first down to take advantage and extend the lead. On first down, play action, Raiola had time ran out, Raiola lost the ball. USC looked like they got there first. Anthony Lucas got to him, forced it out, and the Trojans believe they have it. Meanwhile, Raiola is down and looks like he is hurt and holding his right ankle.
Eric Gentry is going to come on a green dog, a delay blitz. Watch him and then watch Anthony Lucas. He's going to be the guy that's going to get there and knock the ball out. Delay blitz when the back blocked, forces him up in the pocket, and then Lucas from behind knocks the ball out. And then just the awkward fall for Dylan Raiola at the end of the play.
He was helped off the field, did walk off with a slight limp, and Matt Rule was standing right next to him with his arm right by his side. And Raiola currently in the tent after this 2-yard run for King Miller. On a 2nd and 7, it's Miller right up the middle for the first down.
You affect the quarterback and try to take the ball away. In college football, you have to stop the run more effectively.
And right now there's no stopping King Miller across midfield down to the 48-yard line on a gain of 7. Second career 100-yard game for King Miller after he had 158 in the win over Michigan, most by a USC walk-on since the early 70s. He'll dive forward here. They took Miller off after he had all 4 of their first plays of this drive, and now a flag. And USC continues to shoot themselves in the foot in this game. A couple of critical penalties.
Another quiet night so far for him. 2 catches, 18 yards.
Handoff. Jackson is not going to get close. Give it. Jackson turning, not going to get there. Brian Jackson sent away by Javen Wright, and the Nebraska defense makes another stand. The true freshman, TJ Lateef, is going to get some extended action. 11 for 12 on the season, 254 yards and a touchdown. Played in weeks 2 and 3 against Akron and Houston Christian. They'll run it on first down, and Lucas again makes a tackle after a gain of 5.
Well, and if you're USC and Teddy Prohaska and Gunnar Gatula both out of this ball game.
Prohaska out for the year with another knee injury, and yet they've still run it this effectively without them.
It would have been the second guy, but there was pushing on both guys, and let's just play on. It's a first down for Nebraska.
As a gifted lip reader, Matt Rule said he had 2 hands to his chest and nothing else. Play clock was winding down there. A whistle.
Timeout, Nebraska, first charge.
Oh, wow.
Why?
Take it with 7:24 left in the 3rd.
In place of Emmett Johnson.
Let's see if they'll let Lateef go to the air. On first down, it is play action. Fake, run. Lateef to the outside. Inside the 40, he lost the football out of bounds in the backfield. Nelson on the give. And he was patient, but a little too patient as Stevens came in, read it from the start. They've got 116 yards on the ground and 4.3 yards per rush. Get the play off in time here on a 3rd down and 3. It's a screen pass. Johnson makes the catch, stays on his feet. And that extra hesitation after he had to make the adjustment to make the grab.
Harburg under center.
Former starting quarterback for the Huskers. Now Latif will split out wide. And
wow, another timeout.
Timeout, Nebraska.
50 plus, that 52-yarder against Cincinnati. Let's see if he can do it again. Cunanan puts the leg through it, and it's short. No good. Drive for USC will start from the 34-yard line after the missed field goal. And Jackson with the carry on 1st down will pick up 4.
Jaden Mayava, 6 for 17, 57 yards passing. His last pass attempt was the interception by Andrew Marshall.
Here's his next one. It's a deep ball down the middle of the field into double coverage. It is incomplete. Showed up big for Idaho last year in week 1 at Oregon, a career high 9 tackles in that game. They bring the heat on 3rd and 5. Mayava picks it up. Mayava puts it on the target.
Well, they went after him again.
Play clock down to 2. Mayava just gets it off in time. Fakes it to Miller. Goes the other way. Mayava with some space to work with inside the red zone. Mayava again. Same look. Mayava stays up for the touchdown. Jaden Mayava. Short-term memory indeed from the quarterback. And he gets USC within 2.
Well, they take advantage of the freshman defensive end on this play. He does not have regard for the quarterback. He's chasing the run play. They get a tight end out in front. Watch the freshman just chase this run play down. And Mayava reads it, pulls the ball, gets a block from Walker Lyons, and now they're going for the 2.
2 for 2 on 2-point conversions this year. Lemon matched up with Marshall. Miller takes the snap, fakes the pitch. Miller will keep for the corner. He's got it, and we are tied.
They're going to have to score some more and play this thing all the way into the 4th quarter. And so if Dylan Raiola is even 80%, he's going to have to be the guy.
Tyree Booms. This one will be taken by Kenneth Williams, 2 yards deep. And Williams again well covered by this USC special teams after they allowed.
In a game like this.
Johnson on 1st down. And he joined this program. Latif, fake. Latif shows off the wheels for the 1st down. 4-star recruit coming out of high school with a chance to put on against the team he grew up near. Set up a screen pass this time, and Hunter gets the extra yards, picks up 11, lost the football at the end, but looks like they ruled down his progress. Yeah, he was down. Again, they called this down on the field, so it would have to be clear and obvious that it was not. And yeah, he does look down right there. Take it to Johnson, back the other way, and it is a big loss.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 17 for taunting the sideline.
Wow.
That's his first or disqualification, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
Emmett Johnson's the back. Emmett Johnson has the carry. Could not slip through that hole, and he'll gain 1.5 yards. Jaden Walker goes down and blows it up.
All man, tight coverage. Everybody around the line of scrimmage, daring the guy to throw the football.
Emmett Johnson. Big hole. Johnson to the outside. Emmett Johnson pushed the pile. Ties the longest play of the day for the Huskers. He had a career-high 27 rushing attempts last week against Northwestern. He's up to 24 attempts, 135 and a touchdown. Play clock down to 1. They get it off. Oh, Latif fumbled the snap. He just jumps right back on it. 2nd and 17. Johnson splits out. Latif delivers. Incomplete. Looking back shoulder for Hunter. 3rd and 17. They'll run it with Emmett Johnson. Make a man miss. And Johnson will keep the legs churning. Cook will hold. And Cunanan splits the sticks. this program can take the next step, looking for their first ranked win in 29 tries, 28 straight losses to ranked opponents. And it's time now for the Papa John's game break. Now Jade Mayava wants to try to put his team in front for the first time tonight. Drops back on first down, and Lemon just dropped it.
Yeah.
And to your point, it's a three-point game despite his struggles through the air. Now they'll go back to the ground. Oh, flea flicker. Mayava, deep ball. It is hauled in.
And Richardson is able to track it down, get a foot in bounds, and they get a big pass play off the trick play. Rex Guthrie was beaten in coverage on that one.
First time the Huskers have allowed a pass play of 40-plus yards all season. That one goes for 43 yards to the 32. Miller, stutter step move inside the 30 and dragged down at the 29-yard line.
USC fans everywhere say, look, if we're going to be a big-time program, we have to win a game on the road like this.
Second down and 7 from the 29. Mayava stays in the pocket, delivers a little high, but it's caught by McCree. Mayava was big with his legs on the last drive, and he will push it forward for a first down on this drive.
His 9th carry of the ball game.
First down from the 21. Fake it to Miller. Mayava with time. Mayava lost for the end zone. Incomplete, and a flag is down. To Nuck Hines, the intended target.
Pass interference. Defense number 8. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It is Miller. To the outside. Touchdown. It's Miller time in Lincoln. USC takes the lead.
And King Miller pops this thing to the outside. It doesn't go inside. He bounces it. Gets the block from McCree. And USC on top with the touchdown. The first lead of the ball game, right?
That it is. And Sayeri makes it a 4-point lead.
So he's going to have to make some throws down the field against what we've seen as tight man coverage by USC.
A return could help from Kenneth Williams, but this one's too deep. He's just going to let it sail in as we go to KT.
Well, Dylan Raiola has had multiple trips to the medical tent. Now both ankles are heavily spatted. He does not look comfortable, but he has been testing out the lateral movements on the sideline, checking in with Matt Rule and offensive coordinator Dana Holgerson. He's also spent time with his freshman quarterback, TJ Lateef, looking at those plays on the iPad. And Emmett Johnson told me this week that Raiola is a great leader. He's proud of the development he's shown this year. He's really taken his leadership.
And Dylan told us yesterday that it's hard coming in as an 18-year-old when you've got a lot of 22-year-olds and trying to be that guy that is setting an example, being a vocal guy. This guy's just doing a little bit of everything physically right now. Emmett Johnson with another tough run to pick up 14 yards on first down. But Dylan felt that year has helped him in his leadership, and now Lateef is going to have to take that and run with it.
Again, you see the vision, right? He just is patient. He sees grass. He sees somebody out of position defensively that misses a gap or misfits it, and he makes you pay. I talked to Dan Lynn. He said, you know, we had our problems with Jeremiah Love and Jadarius Price at Notre Dame. This guy will make you pay, too, if you're out of position.
Lateef lets it fly. It is incomplete. Knocked away at the last second by Williams.
Well, this is a good play by Williams, but the promising thing for Nebraska, this is a well-thrown ball. I mean, he gives his guy a chance. Williams is just in perfect position and knocks the ball away. I mean, this guy has had a lot of activity his way tonight, Marcellus Williams, and he has been up for the challenge.
So sets up a second down and 10. Again, worth noting that Nebraska had to burn their 2 timeouts earlier in this second half. Harburg, the former quarterback, makes a tough catch and will not go anywhere.
Yeah.
Maybe gets a yard on a nice play by Christian Pierce.
Well, the reason that it went for nothing, the fact that the ball was thrown behind Harburg and he had to slow down to reach back and catch it, that took all his momentum away. He couldn't turn upfield and turn this into anything. Got tipped a little bit by Ramsey, but he lost all momentum, and it was a nice play bringing up 3rd and long.
3rd and 9 to be exact. Set Johnson in motion. Latif will look to run it himself and will not go. Cameron Crawford clotheslines him behind the line.
Well, he ran a stunt, and he just happened to go right into the play. Here's Crawford. He's going to stunt to the inside to rush the passer. But lo and behold, the quarterback came to him on the quarterback draw, and he makes the play. You run that stunt to get a free rush at the quarterback, and Crawford ended up getting a nice tackle on the quarterback draw.
So Nebraska, who got a huge play late in the fourth quarter last week with an interception to get the ball back to their offense against Northwestern, is going to have to rely on their defense again here, as this one's fair caught just inside the 25, and then some grabbing after the fact between two players on either side. Looks like they'll be separated, and all will be fine with 7:55 to play.
Carries it 18 times for over 150 yards in that game. And he's having a heck of a game tonight, and Nebraska has got to stop the run right now.
Started with Miller with another hole, and Miller's going to pick up 13 on first down.
Well, this is the counter again. I mean, they have not been able to stop it. Pull the backside guard and tackle, and then good vision by King Miller. Their 10th explosive run of the ball game. 207 rushing yards now for USC. And when you can't stop the run, you can't stop the clock either.
They took 2 timeouts in the third quarter, did Nebraska. One with 7:24 left, one with 5:23 left. And here they are. It's a free play. Flag is down. Mayava to the sideline. Incomplete.
Late
Walker Lyons, and yeah, that was very tight coverage. Vincent Shavers dealing with the tight end Lyons.
There's the offsides right there. He knows he's got a free play.
There are 2 fouls,
he wasn't ready for the
on
snap.
Defense. Offside, number 16. That penalty is declined. Pass interference. Defense, number 9. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So credit to John Ray Reed, actually, who got the snap off and looked out, recognized the free play. It's all irrelevant because the pass interference on Shavers is what they're going to take with 7:13 remaining. Back-to-back touchdown drives for this USC offense after they had been held out of the end zone the entirety of the first half. And now looking to potentially start putting this game on ice if they can get in there again. Miller up to 125 yards on the touchdown. And he's got the carry. Miller charges ahead.
Well, if you're Nebraska's defense, you've got to stop the run, which you've not had much success doing all season. And you can't give up more than a field goal here, knowing that you've got a young quarterback that's got to try to bring you back in this football game. And if you're USC, man, just keep feeding the ball to King Miller and keep eating that clock.
212 rushing yards. 91 coming in this second half. They listen to Ty. And this time Nebraska's ready. Waneri makes the sure-headed tackle.
Waneri does a nice job fighting off 2 blockers. Watch number 96. He's going to take on 2 blockers, fight them both off, and make the tackle. That's a heck of a play by the transfer from Missouri.
This is where Matt Rule expected the crowd to be a true factor. A 3rd down and 6. This defense needs it. Mayava has the pitch if he wants it. Doesn't need it. He's got the first down himself.
Boy, what a job he has done running the football here late in this ball game. He is converted on several occasions. This time, little speed option. So you keep this as long as you can keep it. Why risk the pitch when you don't need to? Heads up play and a nice call by Lincoln Riley. Have not shown the option yet tonight, but on that 3rd down play, it was the right time and the right call.
Miller off, Brian Jackson in. It's Jackson. And he gets converged right at the line of scrimmage. crunched there. Clock ticking below 5 minutes to play in a 4-point game. Career high on the ground for Maeva. He's done a good job of, as he has all year, not taking sacks as well. Matt Rule needs his defense to step up.
Yeah. Again, I just like what I see out of Maeva when it's not been his night throwing the football, how he's figured other ways to put his team in a position to win a big-time Big Ten game on the road.
You can just see the confidence that's still oozing from the Trojan quarterback. Maeva keeps directing traffic. Maeva is just going to go down.
Yeah. You know, he's fooled the Nebraska defense a couple times by pulling the football. That's the first time that Nebraska's defense kind of had him tracked down, and rather than risk a risky play by throwing it or trying to make something happen, just recognize the defense won. But it's 3rd and 14 now. Biggest play of the game for the Cornhusker defense.
Keeps the clock rolling as well by going down.
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them take a shot and draw another pass interference penalty if they think they've got man coverage.
3rd and 14. Maeva scans. Maeva steps up, gets away from the rush, keeps his eyes downfield, and it's incomplete. Get it off cleanly. Good hang time. Barney lets it sail over his head, and it takes a USC bounce
Just
inside the 5.
Can't do it any better. That's executing that kick by Sam Johnson.
They have 90 yards of offense since Raiola went out. Again, if you're joining us now, Dylan Raiola out with an ankle injury. Emmett Johnson, couple of jump cuts, and then keeps the legs rolling as Desmond Stevens had to get in front. He'll gain 4 on 1st down.
So who can win for Nebraska wideout-wise? You can't just run it every down with Emmett Johnson. You've got to get some of your wideouts to beat man coverage, to get some separation. We've already seen this kid can throw the football, but you got to give him an opportunity by creating some separation against this secondary of USC.
Play action for Latif. He'll step up. He can run it as he'll dive forward across the 15-yard line. They'll mark him down to the 18.
So you can see he's not going to be a guy who's going to go through a lot of progressions. I mean, he's going to take a look and see if his primary guy is open, and if not, he's going to take off. So somewhere along the lines, if you want to get in this ball game again, your primary receiver has to get open.
They're taking a lot of time. They do have the 2-minute timeout, but only 1 timeout after that, and they're only on the 18-yard line. It's Johnson across the 20 and then gets wrestled down at the 23.
We saw USC get things going in a big way with the flea flicker. Maybe some kind of a trick play even for this offense.
2nd down and 5. Latif will set up a screen and it's blown up. He got it to Barney and Ramsey was right there. Only 1 timeout to work with for Nebraska.
Again, USC is just sitting on short routes. They don't fear these receivers running by them. So they're just closing on short routes.
3rd and 6. Latif, pump. Latif to the outside. He will be short, but he gets out of bounds, stops the clock, and sets up 4th and 1.
Yeah.
4th down and 1. Here's the game. Johnson next to Latif. Lindenmeyer in motion. Johnson slipped and he's short.
He tripped and fell down short of the mark.
Emmett Johnson couldn't keep his footing. Abasiri was there either way, and this game will end with a USC defensive stop.
I think he might have tripped over the quarterback, Latif, on his way to the line of scrimmage. He gets the handoff, and he stumbles right away, and he comes up short. He's had a brilliant night running the football, but he was denied on that play. 29 carries, 165 yards, but not enough to keep this game and this drive going for the Huskers. Yep, definitely got tangled up with Latif.
And Todd, how fitting is it for USC, who got absolutely manhandled on the ground defensively 2 weeks ago at Notre Dame, to finish this game a road victory against a quality opponent in the Big Ten with a defensive stop on the ground.
Yep. And we saw them do it at home against Michigan, a very physical team, and they won at the line of scrimmage. But they have not done it on the road. And this is a great potential win for USC.
So those will go against the career rushing day for Maiyava as he takes several yards back before going down. 1:15 left as they'll take the final timeout on the Nebraska sideline.
Some quality plays down the stretch.
2 more kneel downs will end this ball game for the USC Trojans. A win on the road, just their second road victory of the season, as they took down Purdue earlier this year, 33-17. You look at the remaining schedule. Friday against Northwestern, the big one against Iowa, and then the biggest one at Oregon on November 22nd. You feel if they win out and they finish the year 10-2 with only 1 loss in the Big Ten, they're going to put themselves right in that position for the college football playoff.
Be in a great position. None of those games left are easy, though.
No.
I mean, Northwestern is a good football team, and USC will be playing them on a short week, playing that game on Friday. But this is a quality win on the road in the Big Ten for Lincoln Riley and the Trojans.
USC back in the win column and bowl eligible as the number 23 team in the country takes down Nebraska in a fantastic environment at Memorial Stadium, 21-17.